The natural world is a place of endless wonder. It's filled with secrets hidden in the most unexpected of places. We often think of treasure as something pirates bury on a deserted island, but sometimes the greatest treasures are found not in a chest but within life itself. Imagine walking through a quiet forest surrounded by tall, ancient trees. The air is fresh and the ground is soft with fallen leaves. What if I told you that the trees surrounding you hold a secret, a glittering secret? Scientists have discovered something quite extraordinary inside the needles of a particular tree, tiny microscopic particles of pure gold. This remarkable discovery was made in a forest of Norway spruce trees. These are magnificent evergreens with their distinctive pointed tops and drooping branches. They are a common sight across the colder regions of Europe, standing tall and resilient through harsh winters. The study took place in a specific area known for having gold hidden deep within its soil. For centuries, humans have dug into the earth, searching for this precious metal. But these trees, in their silent, patient way, have been drawing it up from the ground all along, revealing its presence in a way we never thought possible. This finding opens a new chapter in our understanding of the deep connections between plants and the very ground they grow in. To uncover this hidden gold, scientists embarked on a meticulous investigation. They carefully collected needles from the branches of the Norway spruce trees. These samples were then taken back to the laboratory for a very close look. Using powerful microscopes, far more powerful than anything we can see with our own eyes, they examined the internal structure of the needles. They were not looking for large flakes of gold that you could see or touch. Instead, they were searching for something incredibly small, on a scale that is almost impossible to imagine. It required patience and highly advanced technology to peer deep inside the living cells of these tiny green needles. What they found was astonishing. There, inside the delicate tissues of the spruce needles, were nanoparticles of gold. These particles are so small that millions of them could fit on the head of a pin. They are completely invisible to the naked eye. It was a confirmation of a long-held suspicion that plants can absorb minerals from the soil. But finding actual gold, a metal so rare and sought after, inside a living tree was a truly groundbreaking moment. It shows us that the forest is not just a collection of trees, but a complex, dynamic system where life interacts with the geology of our planet in the most surprising and intricate ways. So, how does gold, a heavy metal buried deep in the earth, find its way into the delicate needles of a spruce tree? The process is a slow and fascinating journey, one that starts far beneath the forest floor. The story begins with gold deposits hidden in the rock and soil. Over immense periods of time, rainwater seeps down through the earth, slowly dissolving minerals. While gold itself is very difficult to dissolve, certain chemical processes in the soil, often aided by microscopic organisms, can transform the solid gold into a form that can be carried by water. This creates a kind of mineral-rich water that flows underground. The roots of the Norway spruce tree act like a vast, intricate network of straws. They spread far and wide, deep into the soil, constantly searching for water and nutrients to sustain the tree. As the tree draws water up from the ground, it unknowingly also pulls in these dissolved minerals, including the tiny, transformed particles of gold. The water, along with its hidden treasure, begins its long journey upwards. It travels through the tree's vascular system, a complex network of tubes that runs from the deepest root tip all the way up the sturdy trunk and out into every branch and every single needle. It is a silent, invisible elevator, powered by the life force of the tree itself. This journey from the soil to the leaves is a fundamental process for all plants. It is how they feed themselves and grow strong. The water carries everything the tree needs to survive. However, some of the materials it absorbs, like heavy metals, are not useful. The tree must find a way to deal with these unwanted substances. Instead of allowing them to build up in its vital tissues, the tree transports them as far away from its core as possible. This is a clever survival strategy. The tree effectively isolates potentially harmful materials in places where they will do the least amount of damage, such as its leaves, or in this case its needles. And so, the gold completes its incredible voyage. After traveling up the trunk and through the branches, the gold nanoparticles are finally deposited inside the cells of the spruce needles. Here, they are safely stored away, far from the tree's more sensitive parts. The needles become a final resting place for the gold that the tree has absorbed from the earth. It is a remarkable example of how nature adapts and manages its environment. The tree, in its quiet wisdom, has not only found a way to live with the gold in its soil, but has also become a living record of the geology hidden beneath it, a story written in its very leaves. The story of the gold in spruce needles becomes even more fascinating when we look closer at a world invisible to our eyes. Inside the tree's needles, there is a bustling community of microscopic life. These are bacteria and other microbes known as endophytes, which live in a symbiotic relationship with the tree. This means they live together, often helping one another. Scientists believe these tiny organisms play a crucial role in the story of the gold. They are not just passive residents, they are active participants in a complex chemical process. These microbes are like microscopic miners working within the living tissue of the tree. These bacteria may be responsible for the final step of the process. The gold arrives in the needles in a dissolved toxic form. It is not yet the solid metal we know. The microbes, in a remarkable act of biological alchemy, appear to transform this toxic, dissolved gold back into its solid, stable, and harmless form. They precipitate the gold, causing it to form the tiny nanoparticles that scientists discovered. This process benefits both the microbes and the tree. It neutralizes a potentially dangerous substance, protecting the tree's cells from harm, and it creates a safe environment for the microbes to thrive in. This interaction highlights the incredible complexity of life. A towering spruce tree, which appears to be a single, solitary organism, is in fact a thriving ecosystem. It is a home to countless other forms of life, all working together in ways we are only just beginning to understand. The discovery of gold nanoparticles is not just about the tree itself, but about the intricate partnership between the tree and its microscopic inhabitants. Without these helpful bacteria, the tree might not be able to handle the gold it absorbs, and the precious metal would never take its final, solid form within the needles. It is a beautiful example of symbiosis in action. The tree provides a safe home and nutrients for the bacteria. In return, the bacteria act as a detoxification system, protecting their host from harmful substances it draws from the soil. This microscopic world, hidden from view, is essential for the health and survival of the forest. Every needle, every leaf, every root is a miniature world teeming with life, performing incredible feats of chemistry. It reminds us that to understand the great, we must first look at the small, for that is often where the most important secrets are kept. This incredible discovery is more than just a scientific curiosity. It has profound implications for our future, both in how we search for resources and how we care for our planet. For centuries, prospecting for gold has been an expensive and often destructive process. It involves extensive drilling and digging, which can leave permanent scars on the landscape. But what if we could use nature as our guide? What if the trees themselves could tell us where to look? By analyzing the needles of trees like the Norway spruce, we could create a living map of the minerals hidden deep underground. This method, known as biogeochemistry, could revolutionize the mining industry. Prospectors could simply collect leaf or needle samples from trees in a particular area. If the analysis reveals high concentrations of gold nanoparticles, it would be a strong indicator that a significant gold deposit lies beneath. This would allow mining companies to target their efforts with incredible precision, reducing the need for widespread exploratory digging. It would be a far more efficient, cost-effective, and most importantly, environmentally friendly way to locate valuable resources. The forest, in a sense, does the initial searching for us. Beyond finding gold, this discovery offers a potential solution to a growing environmental problem: soil pollution. Industrial activity has contaminated soils around the world with heavy metals like lead, cadmium, and mercury. These pollutants can be harmful to ecosystems and human health. The same process that allows the spruce tree to draw up gold could be used for cleaning up these contaminated sites. We could plant specific types of trees and plants that are known to absorb heavy metals. This process is called phytoremediation, using plants to clean the environment. These plants would act as natural vacuum cleaners, pulling the pollutants out of the soil and storing them in their leaves, stems, and branches. Once the plants have matured, they can be harvested and the metals safely extracted and disposed of, or even recycled. It is a vision of a greener future where we work with nature, not against it, to heal the damage we have done. The humble spruce tree, by showing us its golden secret, has given us a key. It has shown us a way to read the landscape and a method to help restore it. The silent wisdom of the forest, it seems, has much to teach us about protecting our precious world.